Hey everyone, welcome to Nerd Talk. I'm Mike.
And I'm Chris.
Today we have another special video for you today. We're going to be discussing the movies and TV shows and anything else that's not video game related that we are most excited for the year 2020. So with that being said, we're going to dive into, I guess we'll jump right into the movies. So I think there's more of those.
Yeah.
What we want to see, what we are more than likely going to be reviewing for you on the channel. And of course, if there are movies that we aren't covering that you really want to get our opinion on, assuming it's not horror, because we're not big horror fans, shoot us an email at nerdstalkinfo@gmail.com. That's nerdstalkinfo@gmail.com. Let us know the movie, and then we can go, and if we get enough people who are interested in it, we'll go watch it and review it for you.
Definitely.
So, with that, this year is very interesting from the movie and TV show front. So what do you want to start with today?
Definitely. Well, I have one kind of in order of when they're coming out. So the first one that's kind of piqued my interest, and I'm going to start off by saying I'm much more of a movie guy than a show guy. So there's going to be more movies on my list than shows, and I think you're very similar in that as well. So the first one that I have is Bad Boys for Life. Was a fan of the first one, a big fan of the second one. I think this is one of the franchises where the sequel's better than the original. That's just my personal opinion. I love the duo of Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. Very funny together. I mean,
Martin Lawrence has it on the screen for a while, right?
No, I cannot remember other than like Big Mama or whatever. This is the last one that I can actually remember him starring in. So it's great to see him back and doing that with Will Smith. I know Will Smith took a little Instagram picture of Martin Lawrence himself, Eddie Murphy, and Arsenio Hall because they're doing Coming to America,
that's right.
sequel. So they
which is actually
together.
This year.
Yeah,
I think it's December of this year.
So I'm not sure. I didn't see the release date.
I was looking up.
But it might
looking up for this year. I think I saw
December.
December.
Yes, which is kind of interesting too. Again, kind of a throwback. I mean, Bad Boys 2 came out.
I know Arsenio and Eddie Murphy in the first one, but Will Smith wasn't, was he?
No, so I guess they were filming side by side.
That's why
I heard that Eddie Murphy and Arsenio were there, and then got a big group picture because I think he said, you can't be filming something next to Eddie Murphy without going to meet Eddie Murphy.
Cool.
So I'm really looking forward to that one. I think it might be one that we review, maybe Bad Boys 1, Bad Boys 2, and then see the Bad Boys for Life.
Yep.
And get our review of the three movies, which would be entertaining, I think.
So, I think so as well.
Excellent. The second one I have is Onward. So Bad Boys 2 comes out January 17th. Onward is a March 6th release date. I think you have one in between, actually, The Bird of Prey.
Yes, which is February.
With the Harley Quinn.
So DC property. It's the same Harley Quinn, the same character Harley Quinn from
Suicide Squad.
Yeah. And they are still making a Suicide Squad 2. I don't know if she's in it as well.
I would assume she would.
I would assume so as well. But yeah, so this is, I guess, taking place after that movie, continuity-wise. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't followed Birds of Prey at all, but I know that she's in it. She's the main character, and it's the same actress and the same physical character. So this could be a prequel, it could be a sequel. I think it's a sequel before Suicide Squad 2. But with that being said, other than the fact that it is Margot Robbie, I don't even recognize, because I haven't been following it, who else is in it. Is this going to draw me into seeing it, or is this going to be like a wait for Netflix type situation? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm interested enough to what's it about, but I'm not day one here to take my money, I'm going to go watch it.
I think it might be a renter for me as well. Just from the trailer, it didn't look anything spectacular, not your typical superhero type movie or anything that way. Harley Quinn's always kind of different. She's always been, Joker's side. But now they're trying to, give her a little bit more freedom and her solo bit. So I'm sure a lot of people will like that, but I'm not sure if it's quite up my alley.
Yep, I agree.
And then the Onward, which is a animated Pixar movie with the trolls and kind of magical and spheres and stuff like that. Two brothers, totally different.
Voiced by
Chris Pratt and Tom Holland.
That's right. So Star-Lord and Spider-Man.
Yes, it's great. So that's a March 6th one.
Looks funny.
Yes, it looks very funny. Pixar doing what they do best. Funny comedy.
And I like that it's fantasy.
Yes.
So, again, with Pixar being all the movies are connected as one big world, WALL-E we know being the future about what kind of happens. And so is this the past, or is this also future? Is this life after WALL-E? we'll have to wait and see. But it's very interesting to see where this falls in the so-called Pixar timeline.
Definitely. I think it's going to be quite funny, especially with Chris Pratt and Tom Holland being the voices.
Definitely room for a sequel, I think. No matter what happens in this movie, I think there's going to be a sequel. Magic, elves, and all that kind of stuff. Let's do it.
That's such a big land and atmosphere that they can just take it any way that they want and continue it over and over again, kind of like they do with Toy Story, having that imagination where toys come to life. Something a little bit different with the fantasy, magic, spells, all that.
Do you think they're done with Toy Story? Or do you think they'll come out back and do a 5?
I think they're done.
I think they're done. Yeah. I think they've exhausted it, and they don't want to do anything that's just going to ruin it.
Exactly.
I think it's done now for as much as they can. If they want to do shorts, they can do shorts, but I think it's done.
Exactly. I'm okay with the shorts, the little Halloween specials or whatever they come out with. But for a full-length movie, I think they've done everything they can. They've had the finale. I mean, even after Toy Story 4, they kind of had that finale, so I was surprised that they were doing the next one. But they made it work. They kind of tied up any of the loose ends that, weren't answered before.
Yep.
So it was nice that way. Something that I don't have on my list, but with the Marvel Doolittle. So Tom Holland is one of the voices in that as well, and then the main actor is oh my god, Robert Downey Jr. So having that Marvel, I just thought it was funny that they're kind of all working together.
It's all Disney. It's all
exactly. So another one that I have for March 13th is a movie Bloodshot. It's a little bit different. It has Vin Diesel in it. So what happens is I believe he's a military guy who's killed. And then they kind of bring him back to life, kind of pump him up with special powers. But he doesn't realize that, they kind of kill him after every mission. They make him remember that his wife was killed and family was killed by whoever they want the hit on. So they reprogram his brain. He goes to do the hit. They, shut him down, do it all over again. And it's kind of like Groundhog Day for him. It's a new target every time. So they kind of brainwash him, and then he kind of realizes that he's being brainwashed and tries to break free of that. So something a little bit different. I'm a big Vin Diesel fan, so I figure I'll check it out. And probably nothing that we'll review, but just something I'm looking forward to in 2020 for sure.
Cool.
Something I know we're both going to review and both looking forward to. Black Widow coming out May 1st.
Absolutely.
Looks fantastic in the trailer.
More Marvel, about time.
Yes, definitely. I can never get enough Marvel. They've been hitting it out of the park with every movie that they do. Really looking forward to how they're bringing her own storyline to it. Her sister, her past, all that. So I'm looking forward to watching that and reviewing it.
Absolutely. Yeah, Black Widow is definitely one that we will definitely review on the channel, as we do with most of we've done the Star Wars movies and whatnot. So definitely something we're going to be doing. But yeah, Black Widow, I'm all for it. And it kind of starts off officially Phase 4.
Exactly.
And then we have the TV shows that kind of spill into that as well. But yeah, that's a start.
We'll get into. Yeah. And then they also have another movie coming out later on in the year, which we'll get to as well. Something that I'm also a big fan of the franchise, and goes back to Vin Diesel. Is Fast and Furious 9 is supposed to come out May 22nd. So I've watched that since the original Fast and Furious. Got onto it, got off of it, back onto it. I like how they've, changed the storylines, not just street racing. They've kind of made it crime, suspense, thriller type movies. So I'll check that out to see, with The Rock in it. Big Rock fan as well.
Now, is this the finale or is 10 going to be the finale?
So I believe so, because Vin Diesel has now become, more production and director in these films. He's always said he wants to do it in threes.
Okay, so I think 9 will be the end, not 10, to make it just
10 done. So I believe it.
And Hobbs and Shaw is like the spinoff, so that's
exactly. Like so they could have different spinoffs. I would assume they'll have another Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, that was so
funny. So I did enjoy that, and something that The Rock is more involved in. I know there's been spats between Vin Diesel and The Rock, so something that The Rock he likes a franchise, but something he can do on his own. He seems to have a good working relationship with Jason Statham. So that, and they just really work well together.
Absolutely.
On screen. So that's exciting that way. So another thing that I know we're going to review is Wonder Woman 1984.
That's right. So DC is kind of, since Aquaman 2 has been on hiatus, Justice League didn't do as well as they wanted to. I enjoyed Justice League. I thought it was better than Batman v Superman or Batman vs Superman.
I agree.
They had a better Superman from the perspective of like the Superman that I know of, happy-go-lucky, you know, smiling Superman. I enjoyed that. I also wasn't a fan of how they portrayed the Flash, but it kind of warmed up to me. It was an okay movie. It was an enjoyable movie. It wasn't a great movie, but it was enjoyable. And so I'm like, I want to see more. I want to see more. I love DC. I've always been more of a DC fan than a Marvel fan. Yeah. As of lately, it doesn't seem that way because I've been watching way more Marvel movies and Marvel video games and stuff. But I've always loved Superman as being my favorite superhero and Batman and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I want to see more movies. I know that a long time ago when they set up the DC to have the Justice League, BVS, Flash, all these movies, that in 2020, the last movie was supposed to be a Green Lantern Corps. It's now 2020. I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, I think they've had a lot of backlash, including from their main actor in that, poking jokes at that franchise. So they might be a little gun shy to dabble back in that. But I was kind of hoping they would kind of dip their toe in with Justice League, reintroduce a new Green Lantern, and go that way and start fresh.
Well, Wonder Woman seems to be the best option for them at the moment.
Correct.
Well, they had successes with Batman in the past. They didn't so much with BBS and whatnot. They didn't like Ben Affleck's portrayal of him, and the Justice League didn't do very well. So he bounced. Yeah. And so we now have Robert Pattinson as the new Batman.
So I'm not sure how I feel about that, but we'll see.
It's going to be weird. Yeah. I don't think he's going to bulk up as much as Ben Affleck, but we have Wonder Woman. Gal Gadot has been doing a great job.
Fantastic actress.
Wonder Woman, and we're not changing that anytime soon. Yeah. Well, I don't particularly enjoy the Aquaman portrayal that Jason Momoa was brought to it. I've gotten used to it, and I'm okay with it. That's the best that I can say about that. So let's leave that the way it is. I don't mind if they Flash use the TV show and use the characters that we got on the TV shows. The way better options, in my opinion. The Flash there is way better.
Bring in the Green Arrow.
Bring Arrow. We know that we're doing the Crisis on Infinite Earths right now. We did 3 episodes on a hiatus. The last 2 episodes are going to be airing next week. So
Batgirl in that, they have a couple
everything.
Of
Batwoman. So officially, I watched the first 2 episodes, and when I realized the last few were going to be after the Christmas break, I just stopped. I'm just going to watch them back to back when they air. Yeah. Really enjoying that, as cheesy as it is. Bringing in Supermans from all different eras, all sorts of cool things going on. So
Robin, all that stuff.
I'm like, let's bring it in. Let's do this on the big screen, and yeah. So I mean, let's go ahead with a Superman movie. We got a great Wonder Woman. Let's bring a Green Lantern. Let's do something funny, and let's go with it.
And this Wonder Woman is back in time, right?
It's a sequel. It's a sequel to Wonder Woman 1, which took place in the 60s, 50s, 60s. This is not taking place in the 80s. So it is a sequel. It is a prequel to Justice League. Yeah. Absolutely, because that is in present day. So it is a prequel to Justice League, but it is a sequel to the original. So it's in the 80s.
Chris Pine is in this movie.
Yes, which means that he survived.
Yes. Okay.
The explosion, or he gets cloned, or who knows what happens.
Yeah.
Or there's some time travel involved. Did the Flash bring him back? We'll see. We'll have to watch and see. But yes, we got the original cast back. So
excellent. Yeah, that'll be a good one to watch and review. Yeah, definitely. And I know we want to bring some more DC content.
Cheetah's in it as a villain. Yes. Bring more comic characters. I'm all for it.
Did they announce who the actress was for
Yes,
that?
They did.
Was it
I want to say Michelle something.
Because I thought Salma Hayek was...
I believe she played Jennifer Aniston's sister on Friends. The name is escaping me now, but I'll Google it right now. And it'll come up.
Oh, was it Reese Witherspoon?
Nope.
Playing it? Because I think she was the one in Friends.
No, I think it's Christina Applegate or something like that.
That would be very interesting, actually. Very interesting.
Let me double check the IMDb.
But I know
you probably recognize her. I don't remember if she was
Ghostbusters. Kristen... Oh, she was one of the main people in the new Ghostbusters movie. Kristen Wiig. Kristen Wiig. Okay. Actually, she would be good as a cheetah. But I know we're trying to bring more content, DC content in, because we have a lot of Marvel in there for our superheroes. So this is a great opening to get Wonder Woman in. And she's definitely one of my favorite characters in this new DC movie line. So looking forward to that.
Should be exciting.
Another one that I have on my list, which I'll look forward to watching, but I'm not sure if we'll review. We'll have to see when the time comes in June. Is Top Gun Maverick?
Yes,
looks so good for the trailer.
Yes,
definitely makes me want to watch the new Top Gun. So probably rewatched the original Top Gun.
Yes.
Before watching this in June, so it could be something that we could bring up if people are interested in.
Well, here's the thing. So it's an '80s movie. They had a lot of gems in the '80s.
Yes.
A lot of classic great movies. We've got late 70s, early 80s, but you have so many big movies that came out. Where it's like start of new, not really franchises, but just new original ideas. Yeah, and they did great. It was a great time for the theater and the movies and stuff like that. And I want to say that as much as I love Top Gun and as great as it is, and every time I watch it, I just smile on my face. I can know the words, the lines, everything like that. Watching the trailer of the second one, and while I'm excited to see Maverick back, and while they're doing a new story and it could potentially be great, the trailer showed what the best that I could describe it for you is basically Force Awakens syndrome, where they're basically rehashing the same movie. You have a volleyball scene on the beach with topless guys. You have racing the plane on the motorcycle, like exactly like
the bar scenes,
the bar scene, the singing the song, like so many beat for beat moments. Which I understand nostalgia, like this is what we like, but doing the same movie twice is not what we want. We want a brand new story, and that's risky. So I think they're just going to be like, let's just play it safe. Let's just redo stuff that we liked with new people. And I'm sure I'm going to enjoy the movie, but I'm worried that it's just not going to be the same as the original. Like, it's just, it was okay, just not as good as the original.
Yeah, which is it could happen for sure. I'm hoping it doesn't, but I mean, the trailers make it sound that way or look that way. Yeah. So I'm intrigued to see how they go that route, but also it does look very entertaining with the dog fights and the different scenes and the mashups. So we'll see how that goes, and see how Tom Cruise does. He's still got it. I'm telling you. So another one that looks pretty funny. I'm looking forward to watching. Ryan Reynolds is. I'm a big fan of him as an actor. So Free Guy, that looks very interesting. He's the someone else in a video game, like the side characters that are just the trailer
sort of like a GTA vibe.
Yes, very much like that. And then he realizes that he is part of a video game, puts on these glasses, and he grabs the life button, and he recovers from all of his injuries from the bank robbery and stuff like that. So something different, new. No one's. I mean, I guess there's kind of been games like that. Where they do the virtual reality and the gameplay and mix it in. But this will be the first kind of comedy.
Fish out of water, Matrix kind of style awakening. It's an interesting premise, and the video game twist definitely gives a draw to it. So I'm interested. It looks funny.
Yeah. So that'll be one that, maybe I won't see in theaters, maybe I will, but I'll definitely watch it and probably enjoy just the comedy that Ryan Reynolds brings.
Yep.
One I'm definitely watching day one, getting tickets for as soon as it comes out. It's Ghostbusters Afterlife.
There you go.
Huge Ghostbuster fan.
This Ghostbusters 3 for the uninitiated.
Yes. So they are carrying on from the second Ghostbusters. Everyone has apparently signed on from the original cast to at least do a cameo.
Does this take place chronologically before the Ghostbusters female movie?
So I'm not
still in the same universe?
So they're different universe. So this will be
part of the Ghostbusters cameos. Wasn't there cameos?
Yeah, so they have cameos in it, but they don't go by their names. And it's just the actors coming back as a little
like
homage
a reboot,
to and giving their blessing to the reboot that they had. But this one will be many years after Ghostbusters 2. I believe it's Spangler, one of the main four, who actually was played by Harold Ramis, who's passed away. I think it'll be his family and like his granddaughter that they find the old Ecto one, the proton packs, the experiments, all that stuff, his farmhouse. They have the main actor from, oh my God, that Netflix, the Stranger Things. So he's in it. So, Paul Rudd's in it as well, so he'll bring that kind of comic relief to it that Bill Murray was really good for. So I believe
you still have Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, and Eddie.
So
I can't remember his name, but they're all in it.
I know, I feel so bad not remember his name too. But yeah, so they have agreed to come on as cameos. I believe even Annie Potts is coming on. So yeah, it's going to be very Ernie Hudson. That's it. That's Eddie. And I knew it's going to come back to me. So they've all agreed to come back. I believe Annie Potts has come back. I believe as well. So we'll see if anyone else comes back. But it looks very good. Loved the trailer. Got goosebumps watching it. So looking forward to that. And yeah, I think that will be one that we'll definitely review for sure. Yeah, so Annie Potts is in there. Finn Wolfhand is the one from Stranger Things, so the guy from there. So Sigourney Weaver's even coming back. Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, Ernie Hudson. So yeah, so we'll see if anyone else comes back, but they're actually coming back as their characters. You know, Spangler. Or not Spangler, but everyone else will be back. Yeah, Stans and Zeddemore will definitely be back, as well as Dana Barrett and so on. So, really looking forward to it. I've been hoping for this for years and years and years. Ghostbusters 2, I will admit, is not the best movie ever. I mean, they tried to come off, and sequels usually aren't as good. Here and there, the Terminator 2 I would say is better than the original Terminator, and Bad Boys 2 I would say is better, but other than that there's not too many. So really looking forward to that, and we'll definitely review
for sure.
Excellent. So that will be July, so looking forward to that, and as soon as the tickets go online, I'll be picking that up. So I have 2 more on my list, and I think you have a couple as well. So I have Venom 2. I enjoyed the first Venom. It has some things that they could have done better, but as a kind of superhero movie,
and then they're building this Spider-Man universe with Sony.
Yes, so I know Carnage will be in the second Venom.
Yes, that's what makes me excited about it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, do we know, is Tom Holland gonna have a cameo in it now officially because Carnage is in it?
So I'm not too sure. I'm hoping that they do,
because they interviewed
Tom Holland.
Not Tom Holland. Tom. Wow, I can't remember.
The guy that was playing Venom.
Played Bane, yeah.
Yes.
Damn. I can't remember his name. Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
And he asked him about Spider-Man and this, and I remember him being coyly like dodging the question, not saying no, but not saying yes either, and like, it would be really, really great to work with him, but I haven't been told anything yet. Those kind of answers.
Yeah.
Without saying no or not. So I think if any time's the time. You look at the video games, look at the comics.
Yeah.
When Carnage is introduced, Venom and Spider-Man need to team up to take him down, and I think that would be so cool.
Exactly. Yeah. And
seeing more of the good side of Venom.
Exactly. And that's what they were trying to do, because in the storyline they were kind of trying to follow the same one where Venom, kind of takes a step back, goes back to his hometown of San Francisco in the comic, and kind of becomes a good guy, taking on the bad guys and eating them that way. But
we saw Cassius Clay at the end of the first one.
That's right.
Played by Woody Harrelson.
Exactly, which I think would be pretty good because he's got that feel to him.
So Cassius is supposed to be a red-headed guy.
Yes.
And he's a murderer.
Correct.
Hence the blood and the red and all that stuff with the Carnage.
Correct, yeah. So what happens is when they are in the jail cell together in the comic, a bit of Eddie Brock's symbiote kind of splashes onto...
and changes.
And changes him into Carnage. So we'll see how that goes with the storyline for the movie, but really looking forward to that, and I really hope they bring Spider-Man in. Mm-hmm. I believe they have Marvel coming in to kind of, like they did with Spider-Man, help do the story and produce it a bit. So if they do that, it's just going to take it to the next level for them. And I'm really hoping Paul Feig is kind of... No, it's not Paul Feig that does... the Marvel movies. It is
Kevin Feige.
So Paul Feig did the Ghostbusters female movies. So, but I'm hoping he comes in, kind of helps put his touch onto Venom 2, and that will make it much more, that much better than the first Venom, I think.
So this is for sure, November. Okay, I was going to say for sure has a release date, right?
Yeah.
Because there's no trailers or anything yet officially for it, but yeah, it's double checking. So Michelle Williams is back as. And Wying, Woody Harrelson is Cletus Cassidy. Sorry, I said Cassius Clay. That's Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali.
Cletus Cassidy. Dr. Dan Lewis. Okay, I just want to see who's in here. Okay.
Excellent. So I'm looking forward to that. And then the last one on my list is in November as well, I believe, is the Eternals. So looking forward to that, and another Marvel movie. The second movie in the Phase 4 for them. A lot of big names. Salma Hayek, I know, is in that.
Yep.
Angelina Jolie. So they have the guy Kit Williams, or Kit something from Game of Thrones. Kit Harington is in there from Game of Thrones. Is not an Eternal.
Gianni. Yeah. A lot of these guys.
So really looking forward to that as well. Don't know, never followed the Eternals much when I was reading comics or growing up.
Yeah.
So it's kind of one of this is my Guardians kind of movie where I didn't really follow Guardians, but as soon as I saw the movie, I went in with low expectations and was blown away by it and couldn't wait for to see any more.
It's hard to be disappointed if you don't know the source material.
Exactly. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with the Eternals. And even if they go off of what the comics was, I won't know any difference. And as long as they make a good film, I'll be happy.
Yeah. So I've been a huge Jurassic Park fan, and I had for some reason thought that the next one was coming out this year because the other one had come out 2 years ago, and the one prior was 2 years before that.
Yeah.
Similar to Star Wars treatment, I thought the next one, the third one in the new trilogy, was out this year, but it's not. So I was looking through the list of 2020 movies, and a couple movies that I'm interested in to see, not dying to see, but definitely interested, is Pixar's second release, which is called Soul, which starring Jamie Foxx, and it's a little bit about what happens to the soul when you die and kind of where it goes.
I think Tina Fey's in this one as well.
That's right,
as a voice.
That's right, and so this is basically another emotional type movie, very similar to Inside Out and Up and things like that. And so I'm excited. Pixar is always I've never really been disappointed with their movies. So
Same here.
I'm all in for that. The other one from Disney is their live action series. They have Mulan. So I like Mulan, the cartoon. I like the music from Mulan. The fact that this is not a musical and that there is very minimal music. I think they have the Reflections song, the theme, but there's no singing.
Will be much more.
It's going to be very interesting because if you look at Aladdin, which they did the musical numbers, but still made it feel like it was part of the movie, you did it really well. I really enjoyed Aladdin. So, and Aladdin being one of my favorite Disney movies, I wasn't disappointed. So that was great. But Mulan, it looks cool. It looks like it's going to be a war movie, and those movies tend to do really well. The action and all that kind of stuff is great. There's a lot that they can do with this. Definitely taking their own spin, but there's no Mushu. There's no, a lot of this cool, like, funny stuff that's from Mulan is not there. So it's not going to be a funny movie. It's not going to be a musical movie. So it's just a war. So it's going to be very more Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, this Kung Fu style movie, samurai, swords, that kind of thing. And so I'm interested to see where it goes because Disney has generally done very well. Even if the movie isn't great, it's still enjoyable. Yeah. So I'm interested because I like Mulan and I like Disney movies as a whole to see what happens to it. Now, will it be a watch in the theater movie? I don't know. I think this one will have to wait for critics. But if we get enough viewership and people want us to review it, then we'll definitely go and take a look.
Definitely.
But with that being said, it's unfortunate that it's not going to be musical. And let's hope that the live-action Little Mermaid definitely will keep its roots and definitely will be musical and do not get rid of all that amazing.
Yes, they definitely need that. Exactly. So I'm worried to see what kind of comic relief they will have from Mulan.
If any.
Eddie Murphy gave that in the animation.
Yes, and he's not there. His character's not there. The Cricket, which is the cricket, doesn't seem to be there either. So it's like it's just Mulan. It's supposed to be like a more serious timepiece. And
so I think this was going to be like a family.
Yeah, they added a sorceress in here, a witch.
Oh yes, that's
more
right.
Magic. So it's definitely going a different way. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm sure it'll be a great, wow, they did a great job, great effects, but it's not Mulan the way we've grown up. Like Lion King was still Lion King.
Yes.
They made changes, but it still felt Lion King. Aladdin, same thing. This, let's cross our fingers and wait. But those are the only two big movies that also stood out to me that wasn't on your list. Everything else was pretty much the same. Obviously this isn't what we're looking forward to in the next 2 or 3 years. Otherwise, there's more Marvel stuff. There's more potential Park. Star Wars stuff.
Yes.
There's lots of other franchises.
I think with the next Jurassic Park, they're bringing people back from the original two movies as well, and kind of bring it all together, which I'm really looking forward to have Chris Pratt along with all the other
absolutely
Goldblum and everyone else.
So let's jump into the TV show section, which is very, very minimal for us. I know that there are a lot of shows out there, and I'm sure you guys will shoot us an email and say, what about this show? What about this show? Again, we're just talking about what we're most excited for. And again, we are huge Disney fans. We're huge superhero fans, Star Wars nerds. That's kind of what we're into right now. And so Disney Plus being a big thing. I think all of the shows I'm interested in are on Disney Plus. Conveniently enough.
Most of mine are, but I have a few that are off Disney Plus. Okay. So I'll let you go through yours. Okay.
So obviously being, a huge Star Wars fan, the final season of Clone Wars is airing in February, and loving the original Clone Wars show and all the lost episodes, and of course loving Rebels, having Dave Filoni to come back and finish his original, work of art. Essentially, he worked with George Lucas and whatnot. Getting him to put an end to that chapter is great. So I'm really looking forward to it. And plus, everything that he's learned with Rebels, everything he's learned with Mandalorian, he's able to help edit or change or mold this final season to make it really amazing. So I'm really excited for that. Definitely big on my list. Along with that, of course, would be season 2 of Mandalorian, which is probably going to be airing the same time frame in the fall of this coming year. But what an awesome, epic first season. Watch our reviews of all the episodes if you'd like to hear about anything specific. But yeah, definitely all in for that. I'm not going to get into too much detail other than, we kind of have an idea where we're going with that. Mm-hmm. Watch our videos. We touch base on that, especially in the last episode where we think the show is going to go in season 2.
Good. So good.
But the other 2 big shows for me are on Disney Plus's Marvel slate. Part of Phase 4, we have Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and because we got Sebastian Stan and
Anthony
Mackie is back to reprise their roles. It's continuing from the movie. It's the same characters and heroes that we're used to, and it's expanding on it. If Mandalorian did as well as they did, I have no worries that Marvel's not going to kick it butt in the TV show and how it ties together. My only issue is that all the Marvel shows are confirmed for only 6 episode seasons. 6. Mandalorian was already short with 8.
Yeah.
6 episodes. I'm like, why? Why can't you do 10,
probably not
12, 13 episodes?
Hour as well.
It's
just
shocking.
Like Mandalorian was.
But you've got great actors. Are you not confident enough in the work you have? Or you just feel like what the story you want to tell is a movie, you're trying to split it up over into 6 episodes. You can't do it in 10. But I don't know. I just kind of feel like there should be more. We'll have to wait and see.
Maybe they're just worried, so all the first seasons they want to kind of test out and get feelers for.
It's possible.
And then they can expand.
But do you think they'll expand the next, or do you think it'll just be 6 episodes every season? And then it's just it's so minimal.
Well, it might be cost as well for them with the actors. So they say, okay, we'll spend this money, but we'll shorten it to 6.
Yeah, but if you say, I'm going to spend money for
fillers.
you and do 10 episodes versus 6, they're still paying them the money. You think they're paying them per episode, or do you think they're paying them, here's your contract for the next...
Oh, I bet
3 years.
When they do the contracts, I bet it's we're doing 6. This is the amount that we're going to get. If you want me to do 10, then
this is the
and
amount.
Then they kind of break it down to per episode.
But they know there's going to be multiple seasons. They know there's going to be more episodes. It's just, I don't know. It just seems like they could have done more, especially if Disney wants people to keep subscribing. 6 episodes is 6 weeks. That's only a month and a half or 2 months. You could draw it out to make it 10 episodes and get 3 months per show. That makes more sense to me. And most seasons, if you think of Game of Thrones, HBO, they are 10 or 12 episode runs. So
correct.
Why not?
And an hour long.
6 episodes. And even Mandalorian with 8. Well, enjoyed the season, but I think it could have been 10 or 12. I think it could have been a little bit longer.
I agree. That's one of the biggest knocks I have against Disney Plus shows is the length of the show and the length of the seasons.
Could be more, but like you said, they're just launching. They're trying to get the ground going. As the shows are successful, and they're going to green light. Now they have 6 or 7 or 8 shows off the ground that they're doing year after year after year. Now it's not. Oh, we have 1 show we're launching this year and 2 next year. It's now 3 years later. We have 7 shows going on.
Plus we're adding this and that.
Yeah,
so
hopefully it'll make a difference. Yeah. But we'll have to wait and see. But yes, I'm excited for that. And of course, the last one on my list is WandaVision.
Yes,
which is coming up. Which is going to be their first sitcom / Marvel Heroes action show. I don't know how that's going to work.
How that's going to go, and then leading into Doctor Strange later on, and I'm
excited.
I'm intrigued to see how they're going to do this and bringing Vision back or bringing Vision in, whether it's back in the past or a different reality. Or
we've seen comedies in the movie form. In Ant-Man, but it's a heist movie. We've seen comedy with Robert Downey Jr. We've seen jokes and humor and stuff throughout the movies. We get it. You can do comedy. But a sitcom is different. It's more, not necessarily slapstick, but it's more like punchline and that kind of stuff as opposed to just one-liners. Yeah. And I think if they're doing a sitcom, and if I don't know, sitcoms have evolved. You can look at How I Met Your Mother, you look at Friends, you look at all these different shows that have been successful and how many seasons they've run. They've evolved, but they're saying this is based on classics like Dick Van Dyke and The Lucy Show and all that kind of stuff. Right. It's going back to slapstick and punchlines and falling down and getting hurt. Laugh. Yeah. So I'm all for it. I'm like, if anyone can do it, Marvel can. And prove me wrong, Marvel, but I love to see this and be successful.
Yeah. I would love to see kind of a trailer to see, because I'm still trying to wrap my head on how they're going to do it, what kind of, what's the theme going to be, what are the episodes going to be about, like how they bring Vision back, or is it in the past? So very interested to see if it's alternate reality or how they spin it. So definitely looking forward to that. But yeah, it's something definitely different, which is I can't knock them for doing that. So,
yep.
intrigued and looking forward to that. So I think that's everything you had on your list, right?
That's it for TV shows.
So I had a couple quick ones that, I'm kind of looking forward to. One being the third season of Westworld. Really into it in season 1. Season 2 was into it, but, not as much as season 1 maybe. So I'm hoping maybe season 3, livens it back up, gets the story going again. So this will be the make or break season for me, I think.
Yep.
If I have another season where it was like season 2, where I was like, oh, well, I'll keep watching it, but I'm not
into it
as much.
Yep.
Then I won't go into season 4 if they do season 4.
Yeah.
For a little bit of, just turn it on and not think about anything. Looking forward to the 7th season of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Always funny, just quick episodes that you can throw on and have a laugh. Not really have to follow episode to episode. No. You can just come in and out of it. So
like shows like that. Again, sitcoms are great for that.
Exactly. So that's going to be one of mine. Just watch throughout the year. Looking forward to it. So one of the surprising ones was the Umbrella Academy. I actually really enjoyed season 1 of it on Netflix, and they are coming out with the second season in 2020. So really looking forward to it. The way that they left off season 1 at the end, definitely knew that there was going to be a second season to it, and the way that they're, the way that they left it off is pretty exciting. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's kind of like an X-Men superhero graphic novel, Watchmen kind of series. So I enjoyed that. And then the last thing I had, so I don't think this will make 2020. And if it does, it'll be very late 2020. And it could be 2021. But The Witcher. So got into watching that. Great show. Really enjoyed it. It really makes me want to watch or play the game now. So I might pick that up and play many game hours on
Game of the Year edition and get all the DLC for a really good price now.
Yeah. So I'll probably do that and get into it that way. But very well done. And looking forward to the second season for that.
All right. So that covers our movies and TV shows, what we're excited for 2020. We already did our video games in the previous couple of videos. The last thing we wanted to bring up to our fans here on the channel is that we are planning a trip.
Yes.
To Walt Disney World,
Orlando, Florida.
That's right. And it's happening very soon.
Yes. Yeah. So we're going in a month.
That's right.
Or so. And so we're going to be taking videos while we're there. We have our appointment booked. So we will be making each our own custom lightsaber.
Savvy's workshop.
So we'll have a full video on that and going through the whole process. We'll see which kyber crystal we pick. We'll see if we can get some of the rare kyber crystals. I know I'm going to try and get the black kyber crystal, so I'll pick one red. I'm not sure if you'll pick a red.
I'm going to try.
We'll open it up, and hopefully one or both of us get a black kyber crystal.
That'd be nice.
So we'll see about that, but there's going to be lots of stuff. There's different. We're going a whole bunch of different lands, so we'll have different videos up from each land, I'm sure, but our main focus will be a lot of Star Wars stuff.
That's right.
The shops there, the food, the drinks, everything there, and just the whole atmosphere. So we're really looking forward to that. And I would say that's probably one of the things I'm looking forward to the most in 2020.
Absolutely. So I've never been in Disney World, neither has my wife or obviously my kids. So it'll be a first time experience for all of us. I know that you've been a couple times.
So I went once before with my family when I was younger, and I don't think my kids have actually gone to Disney yet. And my wife has, but so this will be the first time for them. They've been to Universal when we went and stuff like that, but this will be the first time they go to Disney. So looking forward to seeing the characters, that's for sure.
Absolutely. So we're going to have lots of videos planned. Obviously, we're going to be filming the different parks, giving us our reviews on what we've experienced, the food, the shows, exactly like Chris said, in addition to the Star Wars experience. As much as we can of the rides. When we're physically on the rides, we're not going to be holding our cameras out because that's just asking.
I'll just attach it to my
GoPros. But yeah, we're definitely going to, after the experience, what we thought about it, the whole experience of being in Galaxy's Edge. I know that there are comics and books that surround this, and there's a history around it.
Correct.
So give you our experience on it. Pricing, was it worth it? As a Star Wars fan, do you want to go? As a Disney fan, is it worth it going?
Yeah. And merchandise we found and picked up and different things like that too. So really looking forward to seeing what they have in the different worlds. and experiencing it and recording it for our fans.
Absolutely. So that'll be happening mid-February. So the videos won't be up until probably early March if we get everything edited and ready, good to go. But stay tuned for that. You'll definitely get some information. And again, if you have specific questions, things you'd like us to check out while we are there, feel free to send us an email now at nerdstalkinfo@gmail.com so we can specifically look out for things that you might have questions about, like the brand new ride that launched in December, Rise of the Resistance. We're going to be trying to get a boarding party and getting on that.
Definitely.
We have the Millennium Falcon, obviously. We have
Star
Workshop,
Tours.
Star Tours. There's a whole bunch of stuff we're looking to do. Even the VR experience at Disney Springs, we're going to try our best to take part in that as well. So,
yes, indeed.
So you'll hear all that. But we're interested to find out from you guys, what's your movies and TV shows? What are you most excited about for 2020 that's not video game related? Let us know in the comments below. If you'd like to support us, please subscribe to our channel as well as like the video. And as we mentioned, reach out to us via email or via any of the social medias. On Twitter and Instagram, we are at Talk Nerds. And on Facebook, we are facebook.com/Nerds Talk Canada. So as always, friends, stay nerdy.